Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be giving you my Capricorn September 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant anyway. First thing up is, as far as September goes, Venus will be in Libra from the 14th until the 30th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, Capricorn, if you are unattached, you may connect with a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra characteristics. It could be somebody that might be prominent in your reputation, your public image, your career. It could be somebody that helps you or figures prominently in your stature in life, your social status. It's also about wanting peace and balance in your career at this time, as well in your relationship with the dominant parent, which is often the father. Now, this could also manifest in some cases in making money through a Libra-like career, such as arbitration or negotiation, something with the law, such as being an attorney, a paralegal, bailiff, judge. Could also, or something with art, such as graphic design, drawing, painting, sculpting, being a cartoonist, anything that could be Libra related. And also about valuing balance, tact, diplomacy, refinement in matters with the 10th house, and in really fairness, justice in matters with your career, dealing with people in positions of authority, even also to people again that are prominent in your career, the people, the dominant parent, which is often the father, people that are in positions of authority, dealing with businessmen and even older people. So anyway, well, next thing up is Mars will be in Virgo still, so the 9th house is what we emphasized and highlighted at this time. If you're unattached at this time, Capricorn, you may connect with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies Virgo traits. It could be for a sexual liaison. It might be somebody you meet overseas. Could be a foreigner. It could be somebody that you meet at a college, university, or even somebody maybe you know through publishing or some other 9th house venue, somebody you meet through traveling abroad. This could also be something too where the situation with in-laws and grandchildren may be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. Could be arguments over diet, health, hygiene, just a lot of critical energy. Could be some nitpicking, very judgmental and critical remarks, and really it's something too where you might be putting a lot of energy into perhaps into really analyzing in some cases, or even working hard. And Virgo energy could be very industrious, into hard work that could be overseas, that could be connected with publishing, and really in being very painstaking with details, and perhaps publishing matters connected with a religious congregation, maybe courses that you'd be taking at a college, university. So those are some ways that this may manifest. And Mars energy could be very confrontational as well. So it could be where you might be more confrontational regarding 9th house issues at this time, such as people you may know in a religious congregation, a college, university, or even with an in-law or grandchildren at this time, with a lot of that Virgo criticism, and could be a lot of that caustic energy that sometimes could be connected, often connected with Virgo, I should say. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Jupiter will still be in Sagittarius, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, as I've stated in previous videos, Jupiter could be very paradoxical, it could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, in some cases, this could enlarge and expand. Perhaps very foolhardy, reckless behavior, recklessness, over optimism, over enthusiasm, even self-righteous behavior, perhaps in matters trying to work through limitations, restrictions, trying to weed out hidden adversaries, maybe matters with an aunt or an uncle. It could even be your interactions with them. It could be or even their behavior. It could also be at the same time too, if you do have some kind of mental illness in isolated cases, it could enlarge and expand. Sadly, could large and expanded Sagittarius type mental illness such as hyperactivity, but it could also really about putting a lot of exuberance and enthusiasm into Sagittarius things in solitude and seclusion. It could be some kind of sports related activity such as working out vigorously, hitting a punching bag. It could be something or something else Sagittarius related, such as advertising or doing some kind of publishing, anything with translation, anything that could be Sagittarius related. But it could also be about over optimism, could be, and over enthusiasm could be oneself undoing. And this could also enlarge Sagittarius people that may figure more prominent in your private life at this time. It could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Sagittarius characteristics. So those are some ways this can manifest and pan out. Now, also too, sometimes too, it could also enlarge clandestine affairs and a lot of enthusiasm. Of course, Sagittarius energy, a lot of expansive energy and enthusiasm and exuberance and connection with this. So just be careful at this time, Capricorn. Now, next thing up, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. In some cases, this could give a propensity to lose weight, especially if this is actually hitting your first house in your actual natal chart. It could be about where you're coming across as more responsible, disciplined, more structured at this time, and also about working hard, working very laboriously, and people can see that more on a first impression at this time. Now, in some cases, this could be about having to take care of a sickly or debilitated grandmother, or it could be someone you knew from your early childhood. It could be someone. This could be something connected with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, and maybe making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. But older people might figure more prominently in terms of your outlook, making first impressions. And also, it could be a time where you want to be coming across more, really more responsible, disciplined, structured, more about hard work and industry, more serious on a first impression, more so than usual. Capricorn is often able to do that anyway, but it can even be increased at this time. And anyway, and it could also be, again, about restrictions and limitations with the physical body. It could be something connected, as I stated before, about the knees, the bones, the joints, or the hamstrings at this time. So anyway, next thing up, Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, you might be dealing with some erratic energy, unpredictable, it could be very unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior with children, with lovers at this time. It could also be about a lot of financial fluctuations in matters with investment and speculation and even gambling if you are involved in it at this time, Capricorn. This could also be, in some cases, about Taurus friendships figuring more prominently in your fun, your amusement, your enjoyment. It could be Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus traits at this time. And you might find yourself at this time taking on some kind of unusual hobby or interest, or doing something Uranus-like in terms of your fun, your amusement, your enjoyment. It could be something with computers, electronics, maybe even innovation, inventing, aerospace, astronomy. It could be doing something with model rockets in some cases, anything that could be Uranus related. And being that Taurus is in this mix, it could be something you do with certain persistence and something that you value as well at this time. So, and it might be a time too, if you're a female at this time, Capricorn, you might have something unusual with the pregnancy, either a child being born exceptionally early or exceptionally late at this time. So anyway. Well, the next thing up is Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, in some cases, this could just be about communication regarding Neptune communication, talking about Neptune things such as dreams. It could be talking about dreams, dancing, the metaphysical, which includes astrology, poetry, photography, things connected with illusion, the sea, anything that could be Neptune related, pharmaceutical drugs. Could also be a time too where you're thinking, sometimes this could be an issue with memory at this time. Remember that the third house is about the rational mind, rational thinking, and Neptune energy could be about dissolving and dissipation. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. It could also be, I mean, when you're talking about Neptune energy, this is where you can become more lackadaisical, lethargic, feeling more like daydreaming and fantasizing as opposed to actually doing. Now, it could be way this could manifest and pan out is that, I mean, especially if this, it could be where you feel more like daydreaming and fantasizing regarding third house matters as opposed to taking action on them, especially if this is making an adverse aspect to your ascendant, your Mars, or your Sun at this time. And also, too, you might be dealing with more duplicitous, deceptive, lethargic, nebulous, unclear energy in connection with siblings, cousins, and neighbors. You may be dealing with confounding, confusing issues with your vehicle, your car, and also driving your situation. Maybe you're taking these convoluted short journeys at this time with a lot of loops and crazy, wild turns. And anyway, and also to be careful at this time as far as driving issues and in memory. There might be, it might be harder to remember certain directions at this time more so than usual. And if you are somebody that is a drinker at this time, if you're drinking alcohol, be very prudent and careful, Capricorn, as this might impact your thinking more so than usual, even matters connected with short journeys, such as more greater propensity for having like a DUI or something. So anyway, last but not least, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. In some cases, this could manifest in the death of someone you knew from your early childhood. It could be even a grandmother in some cases. This could also be about where surgery can sometimes take place during a transit, this kind of transit. It could be some kind of knee replacement, or it might be where you go through some kind of metamorphosis or transformation in your appearance at this time and your outlook in general. You might be coming more into contact more so with people in the occult, the astrology, supernatural, people that are in insurance, people that are connected with transformation, such as rebuilding vehicles. It could be a time too where you're also could also be about plutonium, like new beginnings, such as something with nuclear physics, or something with the occult, supernatural, astrology, insurance, transformation, something with we're doing surgery, anything that could be Pluto related at this time. And you might be coming across a little bit more imposing, more intimidating, more so than usual at this time, and you might be projecting a more powerful aura in general, and could be seen readily on a first impression, especially if this is actually at the first house in one's actual natal chart at this time. So and also there might be more of an interest in just Pluto related things in general. It could be matters connected with death. You might be come across a little bit more morbid and morose than usual. Again, deep issues, astrology, supernatural, the occult, anything that could be Pluto related at this time, and also about digging deep into things, and you might be more interested maybe in psychology and going beyond the superficial and seeing through subterfuge and others at this time. So anyway, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Capricorn September 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Aquarius September 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Till next time, people, stay well.